Hello and welcome back to the Raymond Can Do It channel. Today we are going to be filling up this hole in the wall. So this hole in the wall used to have a box, and that box had a telephone cable. It could have like an old coaxial cable that you don't have a TV here for anymore. This right here is a old construction box. So the old construction box fit right inside here, and if it's an old construction box, and you can tell because there'll be a screw or two here, that allows for when you screw the screw, little wings come up, and then the wings get stuck inside the wall. So to get the wings out, you just unscrew it, and then the wings come down, and you can pull it out. If it is a new construction box, so those boxes are the ones you'll see at the home improvement stores that have like the huge nails coming through the side. If it's something like that, then you probably won't be able to get the box out without tearing up the whole wall and getting a hammer and taking it out. But for this one, it was a new old construction box, so I was able to unscrew the screws to get the wings down and then just pull the box right out. So, you know, if this hole was near a stud, I could cut all the way to the stud and then put my piece of drywall here, and then the stud can hold onto the drywall. You screw the stud to you screw the drywall to the stud, and then it would sit fine. But this is kind of floating in the wall. If you know, you could try to fit it in and then mesh it up and then spackle it, but more than likely, if somebody accidentally kicks it or knocks by this hole, this piece of drywall will probably go straight through the wall. So what we're going to do is we're going to use, this one's just kind of a paint stirring stick. It could be a shim or any little piece of wood. We're just going to tuck it in behind it, screw it into the existing piece of wall here, and then we're going to screw that little piece of drywall to the shim. So I'm just using number 6 1/4 inch 1 1/4 inch drywall screws. And I'm just going to drill a little screw right now just to kind of give me a handle. So then I use the screw with the handle, stick it inside. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a screw here, above, and below the shim. So this drill bit is a special drill bit. There's a little like dimpler on the end of it. It allows for you to screw something into drywall and not screw through the drywall. So then it keeps the head of the screw flush with the drywall. It's not really required, but it's kind of a nice tool to have if you're doing a lot of drywall patching. So we're going to put one hole above. And then we're going to put one hole below. All right, so now the screw heads are nice and flush thanks to this drill bit here. And then we can take out our little screw handle. So now we're ready. We just got our piece of drywall, we cut it, and we can just place it in. And it sits nice and flush in front of our shim. So now I'm just going to use 2 more screws to secure the piece that we added. The next step is just want to get a piece of sandpaper and just kind of smooth out the ends. Okay. Now you can either use mesh tape or the mesh paper. We're just going to determine how much we need. And apply some more here. And the last step is to get some spackle. So this is just a huge bucket of spackle paste. I have a putty knife, so this is just a regular putty knife that I'm going to be using to apply the spackle. I don't have a spackle like trough or spackle tray, so I'm actually just going to use another putty knife. So I'm just going to apply it on my putty knife. And then for this, you just want to do kind of a light coat. Because you're probably going to have to do more than one coat. So I usually start about halfway, work your way down, halfway, work your way up. And then just kind of one good stroke, and then that's it. So once you do that, you let it dry for about 4 to 6 hours, whatever it says on the bucket, and then you get some sandpaper, sand it down smooth, and then you go through, do the same thing. You're probably going to do about 2 or 3 coats, and then you'll be done. So this is what the patch looks like after 2 coats of spackle, and then I decided to paint. But then I realized that the patch was still a little high or a little bumpy, so I sanded it again. So that's what the white part looks like, that it's been sanded. You don't have to cover the entire mesh with spackle. You can just leave a little thin layer on the top like I have here, because your latex paint will cover over the little squares in the mesh, and then it'll look pretty seamless. So I hope this video was helpful. Please feel free to hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see any more DIY or product reviews. I'd like to thank my father-in-law Blaine for this suggestion and tips here. And if I can do it, you can do it too.